People get a bit confused, I think, in terms of who I'm actually speaking to. And I'm speaking to that is seeing right now. That is hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. That's who I'm speaking to. Now, the problem is we take that to be me. That's seeing, that's hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. Which begs the question, what can a concept see, hear, taste, touch, smell? Can a thought see, hear, taste, touch, smell? That you're looking for is already here, right now. It's just been labeled incorrectly. If you can see that me is a mental construct, that it's a concept, if you can really, really see that, then that concept can't be seeing right now. It never has. This is I know, some of you have heard me say before that the mind hijacks this presence, this beingness, this consciousness, this awareness, the seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. It hijacks that and calls that me. When we think we're observing thoughts or observing the mind, the me can't observe. So something else is doing the observing. That's why I try and take you guys down the path of coming to see what you're not. Because that you are taking yourself to be is not you. The whole personal me is contained in memory. Then we bring the past, which there isn't one, but this is the process. We bring the past, which is all our memory, all the things we've done and experienced and so on. We bring that into the present moment and call that me. Really? That's who you are? Now? That's the process. That's what happens. It creates the illusion of a separate, isolated, personal me. If we wipe that past out with amnesia, the me disappears. We put that past back and the me reappears. And we wipe it out and the me disappears. Can anybody not understand that? Can a thought see? Your me is made up of nothing but thoughts. Nothing else. Nothing else. That's why I use that amnesia pointer. If I was able to create amnesia in every one of you right now, your personal me disappears. Don't know your name, what country you're born in, whether you got parents or siblings, nothing. You don't know anything. The whole backstory's gone. Any trauma that you might have experienced, gone. Gone. Yeah. The closest I got to, or one of the close points was in trying to identify what this me was. The closest I got was, I am memory. That was a shock. Without the memory, who am I? Do I die? Do I cease to exist? Does seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling stop without the memory? You know it doesn't. So if we wiped out that personal me, which is nothing but memory, now who's seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling? Because they would not cease. They would still happen. So the me is contained in memory or in mind as thoughts, just thought processes. That's all. There's nothing substantial about the me at all. It can't do anything. It has no will. It can't see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Zero. If you're just, I don't know, if you can, just for the moment, imagine a tiger. See if you can pull that up into your imagination. A tiger. Okay? Now tell me, what can that tiger do? What can anything that the mind throws up, what can it do? So,
Terry, can I
yes,
say something
John? Yeah.
About what you say? If I imagine a tiger, it can trigger a sensation like a real tiger. So there can be an experiencing. Like if I imagine an apple, I can have a sensation of the sound when I bite the apple, and it's real, as if it was a real apple. So you know.
Yeah, imagination's strong, isn't it?
But there is something real here. There is imagination, but there is a living thing, no?
Yeah, but is that that's being experienced in the body actually connected to the tiger that's being imagined?
No, it's pure experiencing.
Yeah. Yep.
But if I see the tiger in reality,
yeah.
and I feel fear, it's the same. Same in mind, same in reality, same experiencing, no?
It depends. If you had a phobia of tigers and you went to the zoo and you saw a tiger behind bars and there was no threat of it getting to you, then you might experience fear. If you had a phobia around tigers, yeah. The only time fear would be genuine would be if that tiger got out and was chasing you. Now it's real. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, my point is, if an apple in mind can trigger a real sensation, a real
describe that sensation to me in regards to an apple.
I don't know. I've not something about. I wrote something about that. For example, the sound of the apple when I beat it. It's all mine. It's just sensory memory. But my point is it not a pure perception in the same way as if I really bite the apple? In both cases, there is pure sensation. There is something.
So you imagining biting into the apple is the same as biting into an apple?
It's not the same in the story, but there is something real in both cases.
Yeah, well, seemingly, yeah. One's real and the other's seemingly real.
If I read a novel, and the novel tells a story about a great woman, I have a sensation. Then I meet the woman. The experience is not the same, but there is pure experiencing in both cases.
Yeah.
No?
Kind of.
That's my point.
Kind of. See, that the point is what we miss there is even the mind and the content of the mind is not being experienced by the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
So there's pure experiencing. The problem is we believe as a seeming personal person, that I'm experiencing my mind. Me is experiencing the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people may say, my inner critic is awful the way it speaks to me. Yeah. So that is aware of the mind or experiencing the mind is not the mind and not the me. The me is the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But when you read something, a book, there is a kind of real experiencing. There is something happen in the body.
Yeah. Well, there's an
like in a real situation.
There's experiencing of the imagination of the mind.
Yeah. But in the real situation with a woman, or I don't know, there is the same experiencing of your imagination of the situation, of the real situation.
The real situation is very different. The real situation is there's no comparison.
Okay, I don't get that, but
yeah, there's no comparison.
I don't get the difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. You know, like imagine diving into ice cold water and then compare that to diving into ice cold water.
Yeah.
The chalk and cheese. Yet this self, this seeming self that we take ourselves to be, is all contained in mind.
Yeah.
And there's a real, but there's a real self here.
Yeah, but in my point of view, it's two experience, very different. You know, you're right. But both in both cases, there is a real experiencing.
There's always experiencing. Yes. Yes. The mistake we make is it's me that's experiencing.
Yeah.
That's all. And
Yes.
the me has never, ever experienced anything. Zero.
Yeah, of course. But without the me, if you read something, you can have a very strong experience.
Yep. Yep.
Like in real life, it's never the me. It's
Yep.
in both cases, it's consciousness, but
Yep.
it's pure experiencing in both cases.
Yep.
Yeah. That now I get it.
Yeah. You guys have heard me say before, and I know it's not understood until it's actually understood or experienced. Yeah. When the lights switched on here, the first thing that occurred to me was, oh my God, nothing ever happened. Let me rephrase that. Everything that my mind was saying happened in the past didn't happen. There's a story about experiencing. The story's not the happening. The mind takes the story to be the happening. Trauma might be experienced when you were younger. Yeah. It's contained in memory. Yeah. The trauma might get re-triggered. In other words, the memory might get re-triggered. Yeah. And mind takes the story around the supposed trauma to be the trauma again. And then trauma is activated as such. The story's not the trauma.